Welcome back to another episode of Learn English with the Hobbit. In today's episode, we dive deeper into the tragic aftermath of Smaug's attack on Dale. You'll learn how Thorin and his kin survived, how they lost everything, and how a mysterious map and a secret door may hold the key to reclaiming their stolen treasure. As always, we'll read a short excerpt from the book and then explore the vocabulary together. So, grab your copy of The Hobbit, and let's continue the journey. Later he used to crawl out of the Great Gate and come by night to Dale and carry away people, especially maidens, to eat, until Dale was ruined and all the people dead or gone. What goes on there now, I don't know for certain, but I don't suppose anyone lives nearer to the mountain than the far edge of the long lake nowadays. The few of us that were well outside sat and wept in hiding and cursed Smaug, and there we were unexpectedly joined by my father and my grandfather with singed beards. They looked very grim, but they said very little. When I asked how they had got away, they told me to hold my tongue and said that one day in the proper time I should know. After that we went away, and we have had to earn our livings as best we could up and down the lands, often enough sinking as low as blacksmith work or even coal mining. But we have never forgotten our stolen treasure. And even now, when I will allow we have a good bit laid by and are not so badly off, here Thorin stroked the gold chain round his neck, we still mean to get it back and to bring our curses home to Smaug, if we can. I have often wondered about my father's and my grandfather's escape. I see now they must have had a private side door, which only they knew about. But apparently they made a map, and I should like to know how Gandalf got hold of it, and why it did not come down to me, the rightful heir. That was a powerful passage. We saw a glimpse of Thorin's painful memories, the destruction of Dale, and the spark of hope that still lives in their hearts. Now, let's take a closer look at some key vocabulary from this part of the story. But before we do, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below to tell us what you learned or loved about today's reading. When you crawl, you move slowly, often on your hands and knees, like a baby or someone hiding. It's not fast or proud. It feels small and sneaky. The dragon wasn't walking out with pride. He was creeping out to hunt. Come by night. This phrase means to arrive during the night, usually secretly or when people are sleeping. It's often used in stories when something scary or dangerous appears. Dragons don't do friendly visits in daylight, right? Maidens are young, unmarried women, usually used in old stories or fairy tales. It has a poetic, sometimes romantic feel, but here it's dark. The dragon took them to eat. Yikes! If something is ruined, it's completely destroyed. Think of a beautiful city turned to ashes. Dale was once full of life, until Smaug came and left it in ruins. Gone means not here anymore. Simple but sad. It's about absence, people who left or died. In this story, everyone in Dale is just gone. Nearer is just the comparative form of near. If something is nearer, it's closer than something else. No one dared live nearer to the mountain than the edge of the long lake. The edge is the outer limit of something, like the edge of a table, a forest, or a lake. It's often used to describe distance or danger. People stayed at the edge, far from Smaug's reach. Wept in hiding, a poetic way to say cried while hiding. It paints a picture, people scared and hopeless, hiding and crying where no one could see them. Painful, human, and real. To curse is to say something bad or magical against someone, wishing them harm. Here, they cursed the dragon, not that it changed anything, but it helped them express their anger. Singed means slightly burned, so singed beards are facial hair scorched by fire. It gives us a powerful image of Thorin's father and grandfather escaping flames, but just barely. Grim means serious, maybe even a little scary. If someone looks grim, they're not in the mood for jokes. After what happened, no wonder their faces were grim. To get away means to escape from danger. It's survival. When someone got away, it means they were lucky enough to not be caught or killed. Hold my tongue. This is an old-fashioned way to say stay silent or don't speak. When Thorin was told to hold his tongue, it meant don't ask questions right now. Proper means correct or suitable. In the story, Thorin talks about the proper time, meaning the right moment. Not too early, not too late. Have had to. This phrase shows necessity over time. We've had to means we were forced to do something again and again. It wasn't a choice, it was survival. To earn your living means to work for money or food. It's a very down-to-earth phrase. After losing everything, they had to work like normal people just to survive. Blacksmith work that involves shaping metal, often in a forge. It's honest work, but seen as low status for royalty like Thorin. He's emphasizing how far they fell. Mining coal is hard, dirty work. Just like blacksmithing, it's not a royal job. Thorin uses it to show how desperate their lives became. Treasure is valuable things, gold, jewels, precious items. For Thorin, treasure isn't just wealth. It's a symbol of everything they lost. I will allow. This phrase means I admit or I agree. When Thorin says, I will allow, he's being formal and a little proud, but he's acknowledging reality. Have a good bit laid by. A poetic way of saying we've saved some money. Laid by means kept in reserve for the future. So they're not poor anymore, but they still want what they lost. If you're badly off, you're struggling, poor, or in a tough situation. Thorin admits they're not badly off now, but they remember harder times. To stroke means to gently touch or caress, usually in a thoughtful or emotional way. Thorin strokes his gold chain, maybe to feel connected to his past. Here mean doesn't refer to being unkind. It means to intend or plan. Thorin means to get the treasure back. It's his goal. To escape is to get away from danger or imprisonment. Thorin talks about how his father and grandfather escaped, but the details are mysterious. Something private is secret, known only to a few. A private side door means a hidden way out, kept secret for emergencies. A door on the side, not the main entrance. Here, it represents a secret exit, maybe the reason some dwarves survived. Apparently, this word means as it seems, or from what I can tell. Thorin didn't know for sure. They never told him, but it seems they used a secret door. To come down to someone means to be passed on, like inheritance. Thorin wonders why the map didn't come down to him, the heir. A rightful heir is the person who legally or traditionally should receive something, like a throne, title, or treasure. Thorin believes he's the one who deserves it all. And that's where we'll stop for today. In this part of the story, we learned how deeply Thorin and his family were affected by Smaug's destruction. Not just their home and treasure, but their pride, their way of life. Even after years of struggle, they've never let go of the dream of reclaiming what's theirs. We also explored some powerful vocabulary, words that speak of loss, survival, and determination. If any of the words are still a bit unclear, feel free to go back and review. Repetition really helps. In the next episode, we'll dive deeper into the mystery of the secret map and how it might help Thorin and his company on their journey. Until then, keep practicing, keep reading, and remember, every new word is a new tool in your English adventure. Thanks for being here, and see you next time.